The next team that we have on the list is, I think at a time last year was maybe ranked fifth, as high as fifth. Now they are down one from the eighth spot, but they have a driver that's very capable, a Hall of Fame driver, a championship driver, and then the other guys, like, his name's Rhinestone Cowboy. So we're talking about RCR. RCR, a two-car team. One car never found, I don't know how to say that. RCR has not been one of the top-notch organizations over the last 10 years. But last year, and starting a few years ago with Tyler Reddick, things seemed to be turning in the right direction. Now, all of a sudden, somebody has come in, and even with $110 million that's been reported as sponsorship money rolling into Richard Childress Racing, something is not right. Something is not working, and Kyle Busch freaking sucks, okay? And he's one of the best drivers ever, and this guy literally sucks week in, week out. Taz, what in the world is going on at Richard Childress Racing? Why are we talking about one of the most dominant drivers ever in the Cup Series? He's not old. He's not in his 40s. This guy's still in his 30s, still should be in his prime. But we're talking ninth on power rankings list. He sucks just as bad as Austin Dillon right now. What's going on at RCR, man?
Well, I can't really explain for Austin Dillon. I mean, he's garbage anyway, and when he wins, it's freaking literally by the skin of his teeth or the luck of the hat pulling his name like a magician pulling a rabbit out of the hat. A magic trick. Kyle Busch, and I don't want to say it's driver talent. I feel like he's facing a lot of bad luck. And I also believe he's also suffered in quite a few races that he was legitimately competitive in, that we expected him to be competitive in. He had pit road issues. And literally there was one race where he was like top 5 all race long, and he drove from the back of the field to the front, I think like 2 or 3 times because of a pit road incident, whether it was one of his pit guys, kind of screwing it up for him, or he was speeding up pit road, or his crew chief never told him he was over hit pit box line, I know people will say, well, Kyle Busch should have known better, but at the same time, that kind of falls on the spotter/crew chief that's supposed to, come out and know how far into the pit box he is and if he's exceeded his limits. But it's just, I think Kyle Busch at this point, I don't think it's the driver at this point. I think it's the team itself. I don't know if it's, I've already mentioned the pit crew deal. I don't know what they got to do to fix that. Maybe fire them and hire some new folks. They've also had some pit crew changes amongst the RCR organization. Or is Kyle Busch not pairing well with his crew chief? Or is something else maybe distracting Kyle Busch in a way? I don't know. This is not... I shouldn't say this is not the Kyle Busch we're not used to seeing, because in a way we kind of have in his last 2 years with Joe Gibbs. He kind of fell off the face of the earth and wasn't really winning we were used to seeing. Just wish Kyle Busch has something for RCR, and I don't know if RCR is going to be giving it back to him or what.
Yeah, there's problems at RCR, and they need to get their act together. Andy Petrie needs to find out if he's competition director, he needs to work on his job and get these guys back competitive again, because it is unreal to have a talent like Kyle Busch just wasting away in your garage and not winning races. This is what I feared last year would happen: a slow start, a tipsy start, problems start happening, and then Kyle Busch blows up and explodes. I don't foresee this relationship going past next year. I know a lot of people would probably be surprised if I said that I wouldn't be surprised if there was a buyout at the end of this year. And if he had a place to go, I'm sure he would be willing to go as quickly as he can, because I don't think that he is happy at Richard Childress Racing. I may be wrong, but I think that a guy who's had all the, drove for the two most dominant teams in NASCAR, Hendrick and Gibbs, you're over there at what do they call Welcome, North Carolina. It's not so welcoming, It's probably dreadful for him right now, knowing that he's not able to have the type of career that he's been celebrated for in the past. So hopefully they'll get their crap together over there at RCR. If not, we should see a driver change pretty soon. And I don't think it'll be Austin Dillon. I think it will be Kyle Busch trying to find a way out of there.